Ex-dairy farmers Graham and Alison Franklin have developed an electronic probe that detects the difference between milk and water. Along the way, they've won an innovation award and learned about product development and marketing with help from a number of organisations. The device allows dairy farmers to capture the maximum amount of milk produced at every milking. Graham explains how it began.
I had a dream one night that I milked my son's cows and I put all the wash-up water into the vat. So when I woke up in the morning, it bugged me and I thought there must be a way to be able to stop that. So that was the start of DTexH. The idea of the DTexH2o is when the farmer finishes milking, he's got to wash up and he's got to put water through the plant. And so he puts the water through, and because it's in stainless steel pipes, he doesn't know where the water is in the line. So he's either A, turning the tap too soon and wasting valuable milk, or he's turned it too late and there's water going into the vat. Now, on some farms, they're not allowed any water into the vat. They get penalised for it. So with our system, it tells them when to turn it and it's cutting down the wastage. Some farmers are wasting a minimum of 40 litres a day. Now, that's crazy, where they're milking 2 to 3 cows for nothing, just to tip down the drain. The installation of the DTexH is very easy.
We're going to take out this flange and we'll put the probe in the milk line.
I've been doing a lot of them myself. Some farmers have done them. They're easy to follow, easy instructions. The cost of it at $1,850 plus GST, it soon pays for itself. So if you're milking 3 cows a day and you're wasting that money, why milk them?
We extended our cow shed last season, and from where the position of the milk pump was to where it is now is a significant difference. We're talking probably 80 litres of milk that was left in the line. So we sort of worked on ideas of what we could use, and then I remembered the likes of Graham and Alison had this device, and I wasn't too sure how it sort of worked, so I rang them up and found out from there, and yeah, it's been ideal. Traditionally, a lot of guys, we might hold a hand above the tap and feel the change in temperature. We might have a count of how long that the milk's coming through and stuff like that, but that gets very risky when it comes to the likes of relief milkers and also other partners in the shed and whatnot like that, whereas the DTexH sort of took care of that problem.
The probe's going to the milk line in there. When the milk and water go past the probes at 50%, we pick it up. It's set to pick up that, and then it sounds an alarm. And then it sounds a second alarm when the water is just about to enter the vat to tell the farmer when to turn the tap. 90% of the farms have the same ferrule fittings that fit into this housing. So it was just a matter of us putting new O-rings in there and then clamping it on, and away they go. Everyone is adjusted to suit each shed. The vat from where this is installed, which is usually close to the cooler, some vats are only 5 metres away, some are 15 metres away. So it's just, you know, we adjust it to get it right.
The only problem is sometimes is when you're doing AI and you're a little bit quiet and you're sitting down here and you forget about it and it goes off, you get a fright. But that's the least of my worries. Yeah.
We were pretty much flailing around in the dark, not really knowing what we should or shouldn't do. And when we won the Most Viable Business Award at Mystery Creek, it came with a prize package of $15,000 worth of business training. And that taught us pretty much everything that we really needed to know at the time in terms of all of the things that you need to do to actually make sure, first and foremost, that you've got a product that people want. In terms of your market research and your product validation, all of those things that we never knew about, and how to form a business plan, a strategic plan, how to work towards internationalism, the do's and don'ts. And so they basically took us by the hand and guided us through the whole process. Now that was done by Soda Incorporated in Hamilton, which is their startup company there that's funded by Trade and Enterprise and the Callaghan Institute. And so what they did was they brought in experts for every area that we needed to learn about. And so they bring in people from law firms and marketing companies and all of those sorts of things, and you sit around the table with them and they basically teach you and take you and guide you by the hand through the whole process. A company in Colombia found us via the internet, just basically searching for a product that would detect the difference between milk and water, which is exactly what our product does. They found us, they approached us, we set up a Skype meeting with them and discovered that the model that we had wouldn't do what they actually wanted it to do. Whilst it would detect the difference between the milk and water, they needed to integrate with a computer. So we were totally naive about the IT side of how that works, and so we called on a local computer expert who put us in touch with a gentleman who works for Fonterra. He's an IT expert. We set up a three-way Skype meeting with Medad in Colombia. He was able to then translate to our technical guys what was required, and so the Mark II model was created. That has actually led us to believe that there is actually quite a worldwide opportunity for this product, and we're actually hoping that the company in Colombia will actually take that with us to the rest of the world. Our exposure at Mystery Creek is huge. That's probably our biggest tool for marketing the product is Mystery Creek. We've attended pretty much all the field days in New Zealand in the last sort of 18 months to get the word out there, and now people are actually saying, oh yes, I've heard about that. Product validation, I think, is the most valuable piece of advice. It's all well and good for us to think people need something, but do they? And if they don't think they need it, then a product's never going to fly. So that was the most important thing, and it's the first and most important thing that anybody selling any new product should do, is get out there and validate the product with your prospective customers. So that was our most valuable piece of advice.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.